Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 11 of our Islanders GM mode. So, in last episode, we were up in round 2 against the Tampa Bay Lightning, but we fell to them in, I think it was 5 games. Let me quickly check, but I think we fell to them in 5 games. Yeah, 5 games. We didn't get our offense going, and Tampa's offense was just way too good. Tampa ended up getting, I think, to the Stanley Cup Finals to face Nashville, only to lose to them. So we basically lost to the best team in the East. So it was a successful year, definitely in New York. Obviously, it was way better than year number 1 when we didn't make the playoffs. So we're on the uptrend of making the playoffs now. So hopefully we keep it up this upcoming year. So in this video, we're going to do the 2018 draft, and then we'll do the re-sign stage, and then I might do free agency already, because I don't get as much interaction as I was hoping for in the comments. So I might just do the free agency already in this video, depending on the timing, and then we'll sim to next season, look at our lines, and then year number 3 might start next video for all we know. So let's start up with the NHL draft. I think we're looking at a defenseman because we don't have really any defensive prospects. I haven't looked really to see who's going to get drafted in this first round. Hopefully there's a defenseman late in this round that we could go after. So here are the top 5 picks are projected for this year. So there is Yevgeny is his name, or is it Yevgeny? Yuri Kuznetsov, so just a made-up player, a defenseman as well. So too bad we couldn't get a top 5 pick this year, but and then there's also R. Wild, Joe Veleno, G. Fowler, and C. Boyce. So a goaltender, a right wing, and 2 centers, and a defenseman. So that's pretty good. And let's see, closer to where we're drafting. So we're probably drafting. Let's see, late in the round. I already drafted Dembski before in one of my GM modes, and he doesn't turn out to be the best, so I don't think we want to draft Dembski. There's Silverberg. He could be potentially good. Who knows? There's also Ragnarsson, an offensive defenseman. Svitov. Yeah, there's a lot of defensemen, looks like, in this first/second round, so hopefully we get one of them, because I'd like to get a defensive prospect that's decently good to get into our lineup down like in 3 or 4 years. So let's assume the first overall pick. So yeah, Kuznetsov goes first overall, a defensive defenseman to the Buffalo Sabres. Second overall, Montreal has it. They go with Fowler, who's a medium top 6 grinder. That's pretty crazy, a grinder on the top 6. I guess that's something Montreal needs, because they don't really have any physical players, other than Andrew Shaw, I guess. But third overall, Edmonton goes with Joe Veleno, so they get another center to play behind Connor McDavid. And Calgary with the 4th pick, they go with the goaltender, which makes sense because Calgary really hasn't had a good goalie since Mika Kiprusoff. So, and 5th overall pick is Bykov, and he goes to Colorado center, medium top 6 forward. So we're gonna quick sim to our pick, and see what's available. Hopefully something good. So there's been some trades on the bottom. I don't know if they'll change, if there's been any more trades. Yeah, there's been more trades. So I think it's Zetterberg was traded to Montreal, and then Gilbert's been traded to Detroit. Or wait, no, Gilbert to Montreal, it looks like, again. Patrick Sharp's been traded to the Winnipeg Jets, so he's going back home. I think he's from Winnipeg. And Justin Schultz been moved to Calgary. So there's been a few trades. We'll look at them after at this NHL draft. So I guess we traded our way our first, didn't we, this year? I completely forgot about that. So looks like we might not get one of those defensemen, but we still have some defensemen we could choose from. So there's, let's see, Mika Saarinen. He's a 19-year-old exact top 6 defenseman. He looks like he has really good skating. Defense, actually, really good defensive skill. So he might be good to bring in for PK wise. There's also Marko Jalonen, so another Finnish guy. He's also got good defensive stats. He might be good to bring in. And Nikolai Afanasenkov, who we never even scouted. So there's those guys. There's also Henrik Jensen. Let's see who else. Thomas Bush. No thanks. There's still Ryan McLeod, who's actually supposed to be a good prospect down the road, but I don't know how he turns out to be in this game. We already have a bunch of centers anyway, so I think one of these two Finn defensemen. I think Jalonen might be better because he's 20. Look at his defensive awareness; it's already up at a 72 at the draft. If it stays that way, it's not exact, so it might be a bit less. His shot blocking 79, stick checking 78. So I think Jalonen might be good. He's a defensive defenseman, but there's also this two-way defenseman. He's actually got an exact shot blocking at 75. So, and he's younger. So actually, yeah, I think we're gonna go with Saarinen just because he's younger and he's got one exact that looks pretty good. So medium top 6 defenseman. So he might end up being like a Calvin DeHaan type player. So that's not the worst. Let's him to use our pick and do our 3rd round pick, unless we traded our 3rd round pick away again. I think we might have. No, we didn't. So we have our 3rd round pick this year, so let's just see what's available. We might go for more defensemen. Karpatsev. Let's just see what this guy's about. He's not been scouted at all. Vyacheslav Karpatsev. Another centerman, Ronald Altschuler. K. Blatney. Carl Blatney. Gavin Schlemko, right wing sniper. That might be nice because we don't have that much right wingers. Edgar Abney. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with Schlemko because I've drafted also this Yuri Zadorov guy, I think before, and he doesn't turn out to be really that good. There's also left winger, power forward, and Andronov, but I don't know. Let's just see. What Schlemko? Did we even scout Schlemko at all? No, we didn't. He was in Sweden. He's supposed to go though before Andronov. Andronov's the power forward, which might be nice, and he has exact discipline at 74, an exact durability of 77, and an exact wrist shot accuracy of 80. So he might be actually pretty good. So I don't think we really have that much left wingers at the moment, other than Dalcoli, who's coming into the lineup. So I think we're just going to go with Andronov and see how good Schlemko is. So, Andronov is a medium AHL top 6 forward, so he might not make the team, but he might just barely make the team for all we know. So, that's our pick. Let's just see. Blatney, low top 60, so we could have drafted another defenseman. Schlemko is a low bottom 6 forward, so not very good to have a sniper on your bottom 6, but so yeah, it didn't really turn out. So it's good that we didn't draft him, I think. I think it was a better move almost getting Andronov if he grows properly. So I'm going to sim the rest of the draft because the last few rounds don't matter as much. So let's see what the computer drafted us. So at 108th, they drafted A. Timlik. Don't know anything about him yet. 138, F. Gordiev, so more Russian guys. 168, T. Soderlund, so it sounds like a Swedish guy maybe, and 198th D. Hamilik. So we'll go check out, see how those guys turned out to be at the re-sign stage. But first, before we sim to the re-sign stage, let's just look at the trades that went down at the deadline. So wait, is these all at the deadline? Yeah, a lot of these are at the deadline. So Dennis Weidman was traded to San Jose in exchange for a 3rd and Eric Imbrich. So Calgary's getting a pick and a prospect basically for Dennis Weidman, who's a vet. So they unloaded some salary cap there, maybe to go after somebody in free agency. Toronto acquired Taylor Radish and a 2nd round pick from Tampa Bay for William Nylander. So William Nylander's out of Toronto. So that's a big move for them because obviously he's one of their better prospects other than Austin Matthews. And they get Taylor Radish, who I think was a top 6 guy as well. So they're basically swapping a center for a right wing. And they're also picking up a 2nd round pick at the same time. So pretty interesting trade there. Ottawa traded for Noah Jolson and Al Montoya, and they gave up Henrik Zetterberg and Chris Kelly. Henrik Zetterberg is close to retiring, and Chris Kelly is as well. So Ottawa got a good deal there, getting a good young prospect defenseman and a backup goalie, I guess, kind of, unless he's dropping, because Montoya is a bit older as well. Montreal acquired Tom Gilbert from Detroit in exchange for a third-round pick. So Tom Gilbert's back to Montreal again. Jansen Harkins and Matthew Joseph have been traded to the Dallas Stars in exchange for Patrick Sharp. So Dallas picking up 2 young prospect centermen in exchange for a good player in Patrick Sharp. So who's probably close to retiring as well. I don't know why he's still playing. Pittsburgh acquired Nick Schultz again. So Nick Schultz has been traded back to Pittsburgh. I guess during our GM mode, he left Pittsburgh and went to another team, but he's back in Pittsburgh again for another stint. He was traded for a third-round pick. And Pascal LeBears, I think he's been traded multiple times. Or wait, maybe that was in my other G mode, but he's been traded to the Arizona Coyotes in exchange for a third-round pick and Mike Smith. So Mike Smith, he's a bit older as well. Nashville picking up a backup goalie, or a new goalie for Pekka Rinne probably, because Rinne might retire soon, or he already has retired. And yeah, so that's going to do it for those transactions. That all happening as the trade deadline. So Nashville, the former Stanley Cup champions, picking up a backup goalie, or a starting goalie, who knows. Okay, on to the re-sign stage. So let's just see who we have to re-sign this year. I think John Tavares is one of them, and Strome. Yeah, so we have to sign John Tavares. So this is, and he wants 9.45 mil. So this is not good. Hopefully we have a lot of cap space, which we do. So, but let's start with our unsigned guys and look at our prospects. So Hamuluk is an HL top 2D. He's 68 overall, so not too bad there. But I don't think he's going to be making our NHL team. LeBlanc is up to 68. Andronov's is 67 to start off with. I might offer him a contract so he can play in the HL. Gabriel Velarde's up to a 65, so he's growing pretty good. He's 18 now, so he's still got 1 year where we might actually wait 1 year more and then put him in the HL. If not in the HL, then in the NHL. So our first round pick from this year, Saarinen, is a 64 to start off with, so not too bad. Soderlund 63. Timlick is a low HL top 6 forward, 60 overall. Tazika doesn't seem like he's growing. Gordeev, HL top 2D. Any goalies did they draft me? Nope. So those are all the prospects. Now let's go to the contracts. So John Tavares is our big one, and then most of the other guys are bottom 6 guys. We're going to get to release Grabowski for sure. RFAs, we're going to have to sign Elias Lindholm and Ryan Strome. So those 2 guys are going to have bigger contracts. Same with Brock Nelson. So those are the huge guys that we need to sign. So hopefully we have enough cap space to get them all. So John Tavares wants 9.455. I'm going to talk him down to 9.4 just so we save a bit of salary cap. For 4 years, though, that doesn't seem like a long-term deal. But we don't really want to sign him too long-term, just in case he retires young, but I don't think he does. So we're going to offer him 9.45 for, or not 45, 9.4 for 4 years. And hopefully he comes back with us, or else we're going to have to find a new first-line centerman. We'll leave those guys for now, and then we'll go over to Elias Lindholm. He wants 4.75. I'm going to talk him down to 4.65 for 3 years. He's still young, so he's going to want bigger salary, but we need to bring in him because he's our second-line center or our first-line right winger. And then Ryan Strome's still pretty young as well, so he wants 4.35 for 3 years, or 3.75. We're going to talk him down to 2.75, so a bit less again than he actually wants, just because I need to save some salary for other players. Brock Nelson wants $4 million pretty much, so we're going to talk him down to 4 mil. Ryan Pulock I'd like to sign first, probably over Josh Bailey. Let's just see what Pulock wants. Hopefully nothing too huge. Sorry, my voice is going a bit. So Pulak wants 2.75. We're gonna talk him down to 2.65. So just again another $100,000 less than he actually wants for 3 years. That's a pretty good deal. Shane Prince, just quickly see him. He wants $3 million. That might be a bit too much. How much does Josh Bailey want? 3 million as well, pretty much. So we're gonna talk them down a bit as well, because I think Bailey we could bring back for a third line center role. Shane Prince, we're gonna talk you down as well to the same kind of salary. Let's just see who else. Nikolai Kuhlman we could potentially release. He only wants 1.675 though for 3 years, which is not too bad. How much does he want for 1 year? 2.2. Okay, we're gonna sign him to actually a 2-year deal at just under $2 million. Just because I don't know if he's gonna retire soon. I think he could be still a good serviceable depth kind of, well, not depth, but like bottom 6 guy. With Alex Chiasson, who actually wants only $975,000 one way, so we'll do that. Nick Spaulding, he's grown back up to an 82. Derek Roy, we're gonna release because he was on a 1-year deal. We might bring him back for some depth, but just not for now. And Grabowski, we're definitely releasing. David Quinville, this prospect guy, we could get him for the AHL because he's growing a bit. Koivula, he's 66, AHL top 6 forward. I don't think we really need him, but I'm gonna offer him a contract just because he's a left winger, which is something we don't really have a lot of. Is there any goalies actually that we need to sign? Yeah, we need to sign Halak and Gibson. So, let's just see goalies in the system. Let's see. Soderstrom, has he grown a lot? He's a 79, so we might be able to release Halak and find a new get rid of Kemper, like trade him away and find a new starting goalie. But I don't know. Like Halak had a good season last year, but let's just see, what does he want? 2.7 for 3 years. How much for just 1? That's a lot for 1 year. But we're gonna talk him to only 1 year only because I don't think we really need Halak that much. But we'll talk him to 1 year at 4.5. Let's see, 4.6, which is the 1 year deal. Let's go back to the RFAs. Gibson, is he only gonna want a 2-way deal? Yes, he is. Okay, good. Get him back for the AHL squad. Let's see. RFAs, who have we not sent a contract to? So Scott Mayfield, he wants a 2-way deal probably. Adam Pelech, is he gonna want a 2-way deal? Yes, he is. So hopefully he grows a bit more though. To be that depth guy on our NHL team. Alan Quinn will get back for the AHL team. Some of these guys will still play in the AHL. Matt Finn as well, just because he's still got that high AHL top 2D potential. Burrows is pretty good, but wait, let's see. Kohlberg, low bottom 6. Yeah, I'm gonna release Kohlberg though, because we need to bring in some other guys to the AHL. Verhage, we could offer you a contract so you could play in the AHL club again. Ross Johnston, I'm gonna release you because you don't got really that much potential. And Burrows, I guess we could get you back for the AHL club as well. Let's see, Arfig. Let's see, is there anybody that we have not sent a contract to that should get a contract? Nick Spaulding, how much do you want? Oh, he wants 950. So I guess yeah, we could bring him in as a depth kind of guy again for this year. He's still 29 only, so, and then we already offered those 2 guys, so we offered everybody. Let's just check our unsigned guys again. Let's offer Andronov a contract just to go play in our AHL. And Velarde, I'm not going to offer a contract just yet. LeBlanc, 800,000. Yeah, we're going to get LeBlanc for the AHL team. And yeah, I think that's good. The rest of the guys could grow for a year or more. So yeah, let's just see if everybody came back. Hopefully Lindholm and Tavares at least signed with us. Same with Brock Nelson, Ryan Strome, because those guys are the big guys that we need signed. So Chiasson accepted, so that's a nice depth guy. Elias Lindholm accepted, so that's nice to pick up him for another, I think it was 2 or 3 years. Halak accepted, so we got our starting goalie again, or maybe he could be our backup if we find something in free agency that we could afford. Coleman accepted, Bailey accepted, Tavares accepted. So there's our big centerman. So Tavares still wants to stay with us, which is great. Ryan Strome also accepted, so that's nice as well. Shane Prince, Pulock, Nelson, Quinn, AHL guys pretty much. Anybody not accept? No, it looks like everybody accepted. So let's just make sure. Once I by accident clicked advance today, let's just make sure we got everybody back, and then we'll go on to free agency. We also may make some trades in this video depending on if we need to free up cap space or not. So no UFAs, no UFA goalies, no RFA goalies, and no RFA forwards. So we got everybody back, and we signed some prospects, so that is good. So yeah, let's send to free agency. Hopefully Dal Coley should make the team next year, because I think he was 81. And then same with Hosang and stuff like that. So some of those guys might be jumping into the lineup next year. So maybe we'll have a Calder winning rookie this year. I don't know. Okay, so free agents. Let's see what's available on free agency. So Cam Atkinson and Kyle Turris are the big two guys, as well as Jack Johnson. That'd be nice for defensively, but he's 31 and he wants 4 years. Thomas Plekanec only wants a 1-year deal at 6.25. Valtteri Filppula. Let's just quickly check actually the depth chart and see if we need anything. The depth chart, sorry. Trade and approve. So we are kind of low on left wingers, right wingers, and goaltending. So if Soderstrom is gonna play in the NHL this year, we need a goalie for the AHL. So let's just quickly see. So minor starter Mike Condon we could always get for the AHL team. Let's just check. Look at his stats. 80 overall, 28. So he's not very good. There's also Marek Mazanec, who's younger and the same overall, low fringe starter. High AHL starter Charlie Lindgren. That might not be that bad, but he's an RFA. It looks like. But does he have? Let's just see. Let's see, offer contract. So we wouldn't have to give up any picks. So Charlie Lindgren could be a good AHL starter, as he's an AHL starter. So he might grow to like an 80 something and be an AHL starting goalie. So yeah, I think we could get him for the AHL club. Let's offer him a bit more, just so we can actually get him. So yeah, get him for the AHL. And then let's go back to. Wait, was there any actually good goalies available? Nothing really. So Halak, I guess, is good that we re-signed him. Let's see, what else did we need again? Left wingers, I think, and right wingers. Yeah, left wingers and right wingers. So let's go back to the free agency and see who is available for left wingers and right wingers. So, David Perron, he's a third line scoring forward. Some of these guys I don't know if we need actually though. Let's just look at our contracts quickly, and see what our lines would look like, and then see if we need anything like a third liner or whatnot. Is I will offer some people some contracts in this video, because we're up at 24 minutes, and then I will swim to next season and just go over our lines that they set for us, and next episode we'll start the next season. I'll try and be quick with this because yeah, we're at 24 minutes. So let's see, centers. Center core looks pretty decent, but we were gonna use Spalling as some depth, so we could always go for a third line center. Unless there's somebody in the AHL actually. Yeah, like Barzal could be. Yeah, Barzal could be up here in the NHL this year. So we'll just leave the center core. Left wings. Dal Coley is going to be jumping in here anyways. So that looks fine. Yeah, I think we look fine pretty much. Defensively, we could always add another 87 like Jack Johnson for a 1-year deal to put him up on the top 4. But I think we'd be good we have Carlo Koliakovo on a minor league deal for 1 more year, so he's gonna retire probably after the season. So, and goaltending. So yeah, I think we're good. We don't need to really sign any free agents other than Charlie Lindgren maybe for our AHL team, and then we'll let's just sim to next season. And if there's anybody that we don't want to have scratch, we might just trade them away. So sim to next season. This will take a bit probably. So Charlie Lindgren rejected actually, and he decided to go back with Montreal. So let's just quickly stop the simulation and sign free agents. Let's see if there's any other HL goalies available or good prospect goaltenders available. So let's sort by potential. So the best is Lolo Furniture, AHL goalies, AHL backup, AHL starter. Anybody good? 75. That's not that bad. Cal Heater, 29 though. Anybody that's not exact. AHL starter, low AHL starters. Any high AHL starters as well, like Charlie Lindgren was. A lot of these guys are in their 20s and stuff like that. A lot of AHL starters actually. Medium AHL starters. Any high ones though? It's within. Oh, there's another 2 high ones. So we got R. Holt and B. Burke. So let's just see. Brendan Burke, 69 high AHL starter, 23. And then this guy is 20 and a high AHL starter, 65. And he was undrafted actually too. So yeah, let's go with the 20-year-old and get him. LA's interested as well actually. He's an RFA probably. Let's just put him up to 750. And I'll get to you back tomorrow night of this offer here. So LA's also interested in this goalie. I have no idea why, but hopefully this guy signs with us. Let's just see if he does. And if not, then he decides to accept with us. So there's our goalie, and we still probably have a lot available in cap space. I'm not 100% sure how much. Let's just quickly check that. So we still have like a $3 million in cap space. So if we wanted to, we could go after somebody. Like William Karlsson actually might not be that bad. But let's just look at some depth guys, because we did release Derek Roy, who's still available. There's also Joachim Nordstrom. So yeah, let's sign Nordstrom for some depth. And he wanted some picks, but yeah, there's no picks, I don't think. We'll sign Derek Roy again just because Derek Roy. Oh wait, we already have actually a center depth guy. Defensively, depth D. Yeah, let's offer Mark Fane a contract, but let's talk him down to $1 million for 1 year and see if he accepts that. And yeah, I think that's good for depth. And yeah, hopefully they're good enough to make the team. If they don't make the team, we'll just obviously send them down to the minors, but because then our young prospects could play with some NHL players, which would be pretty good. So Joachim Nordstrom accepted, but his other team still might have time to match the offer, and Mark Fane accepted, so that's good news. Let's just see if Carolina will let's just see if Carolina actually decides to sign Nordstrom for that same deal as what we signed him for. And yeah, they decided to. So let's just look at depth again. Yeah, this might take a little long. Let's see. Thomas Kopecky, right wing depth defenseman, depth guy. Yeah, I guess my board going into fourth line guy. Ryan Reeves. There's still Derek Roy there. Derek Roy, is he good? Is he a right-handed shot? No, he's a left-handed shot. Marchessault, Marchessault's actually been really good in real life, so I'm gonna give him a contract as a depth guy for our team. He's actually really underrated, because I was looking at his stats yesterday. He's got like 35 points in like 50 NHL games. Currently this season, he's got like 10 points in 7 games, so he's actually a really underrated guy, and he signs with us, so there's a nice depth pickup, and yeah, so that's good. Let's sim to next season. So this is going to take probably a bit, like 3 minutes or maybe less, just to sim up to next season. and then we'll try and get our players that we want in, and you guys can let me know if you would change the lines up a bit or not before we start the preseason. And then yeah, we'll start up that stuff next episode. So if you guys don't comment again, then obviously I'll just start it up again. But like next video, I might, I don't know if actually, I might actually just do a pre-recorded episode, because I could do pre-recorded sim episodes of the season, but I can't really do pre-recorded episodes of like the draft and trade deadline and stuff like that. So I might do another pre-recorded episode right after this instead, and that I will post on Monday probably, and then maybe a few more of them for like other times during next week, because I'm working a lot. So like I don't really like pre-recording stuff because it doesn't give me a chance to get you guys' feedback, but I want to still upload videos. It's gonna be hard to with my work schedule, because I work usually at like around 11:30, 12 o'clock in the morning, if you want to call it the morning, and then I basically work till like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. So by the time I get home and everything, I go to bed right away. So it's not very easy to upload a lot when I'm working. So we'll see what happens with that anyways. So it's finished simulating, so let's just quickly check. We're gonna have to go to roster moves right away, just because there could be some guys in the NHL that shouldn't be. So go to roster moves. Let's see. So who's in the NHL team that shouldn't be? Anybody? So Dalcoli, Hosang, and Barzal. I'm gonna keep Sundstrom down there because Sundstrom's, he might be an 81, but I don't think he can make the team. And depth guys, looks like we actually have to send down Marchessault. Marchessault, Marchessault is gonna go down. Spalling's gonna go down, and we're gonna also send down Kolyakovo. Just change that up a bit and edit lines. And let's just go best lines again quickly. So Dalcoli, they're actually already putting him on the second line. He's an 83, third line scoring for, but I guess that's fine. Carlson shouldn't be there. Lindholm should be here, and they put Barzal actually as the second line center. But yeah, we want Lindholm here. They put a Hosang on the first line. Are you kidding me? What the hell? So yeah, we'll put that like that. Malcolm Carlson, he's actually listed now as a third line scoring forward, so we made him into a third liner. So let's see, Hosang is a minor scoring forward currently still, so we're gonna actually move Malcolm Carlson up. Wait, maybe actually put Brock Nelson there, because Brock Nelson might be a second line forward, so yeah, he is. So we're gonna leave it like that. Put Hosang actually on the fourth line just for now. Kind of spread out the youngsters because I think they're all playmakers. Yeah, right wing playmaker, center playmaker, and left wing playmaker. So we'll all have them on different lines. So that should be good. Let's just quickly check Barzal's stats. 66 faceoffs, so that's not very good. So we actually could move him to the wing. But Malcolm Carlson's faceoffs are worse, and Shane Prince's are worse too. So I guess we could just leave him as center for now. Defensively, looks like that. So 387s and Pulock and 84, Fane and 83 DeHaan. So let's just see goaltending. So Kemper and Halak. So Halak's dropping a bit. He's up to an 84. So hopefully after this year he retires, kind of. Scratch, they'd have Josh Bailey. Oh, so this is not good. Some of these guys might really complain about their ice time. Kuhlman, maybe not, because he's a depth guy. But Frolik and Bailey. So who could be replaced though? Alex Chiasson, I would like to scratch him because he's a depth guy. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put in Josh Bailey on here on that spot. Does he have better faceoff since Zekas? No, he doesn't. Wait, let's just do a little bit of line changes. Yeah, let's put Barzal on the left wing instead. Have a good center core, and Hosang I'd like to keep. But who was the other guy that was scratched that shouldn't be? Michael Frolik. That one is a bit of, I don't know where we could slot him in. Shane Prince is listed as a third line scorer. I don't want to scratch any of those youngsters for sure. Tzidikis. Oh, this is a bit of a... I don't know what to do with this. I'd have to trade away Frolik. Wait, how much years does Frolik have on his deal even? See, Frolik 84. He's got 2 years left. So, we could potentially trade Frolik, or we could just leave him there as a depth guy and see if he doesn't complain, and if he starts to complain, we could trade him. So, yeah, we'll just leave him as a depth guy for now. And I'll go best lines. Sundstrom I'm going to put for first line center just because he's younger than Spalling. Marchessault is going to be also on that first line. Let's see. Actually, let's put Marchessault on the left wing. Put Spalling there. Just kind of switch up that first line. And then Babenko is actually up to a 72, so that's nice. That line like that. Beauvillier actually should be up more because he's younger. Well, he's not younger, but he's better overall, and he's got better potential. Andronov 69. Okay, I think that's all good. Let's just see who's scratched in the AHL. So Rowe, Cullity, LaFranchise, all these guys. Anybody? So there's the Hulk guy that's scratched. I don't know if we actually have to call up a goalie. So Soderstrom's up to an 81, so maybe we do call him up eventually. I don't know. Minor starting goalie, so maybe another year actually in the AHL. So that's not too bad. And scratched. Yeah, I guess the rest of these guys could be scratched and replaced if there's any injuries. So we'll leave that the same. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode, guys, of our Islanders gym mode. So yeah, we'll see you guys with next episode when we do the preseason and a lot of the regular season. So I might just record it right after this. So if you guys don't see any of your suggestions, if you do leave any suggestions, and if you don't see me do any of your suggestions, it's because I pre-recorded an episode. So thanks guys for watching. See you guys next time.